They say hope begins in the dark, but most just flail around in the blackness,
I have to go now.
searching for their destiny.
We could be partners.
I can be of use to you, Riddick.
The darkness, for me, is where I shine. Embrace the darkness.
In 2004, a small team at Starbreeze challenged a long-standing curse, the curse of the movie tie-in. Traditionally rushed, uninspiring, and made to cash in on a film's popularity, these games were often an afterthought. But then came the Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. This game stood apart as it was ambitious, cinematic, and rich in detail. Created by developers who truly believe that this character and this universe deserve something exceptional. 5 years later, we received its successor, or more accurately, its expansion, Assault on Dark Athena. This release included an upgraded version of Butcher Bay, along with an entirely new story arc, adding a dramatic layer to a franchise that was already on the path to cult classic status. To fully appreciate Dark Athena, we first need to understand its context. The original game Escape from Butcher Bay surprised everyone in 2004 by offering a rich first-person experience that combined a cinematic narrative with engaging gameplay. Players quickly grew fond of its atmospheric setting. Butcher Bay, a maximum security prison, was filled with danger, vibrant NPCs, and a surprising amount of exploration. It challenged players to navigate its oppressive corridors, form temporary friendships, solve side quests, and piece together a conspiracy, all while embodying Richard B. Riddick, a character who seemed less a hero and more a force of nature. Dark Athena picks up immediately after Butcher Bay. Riddick and Johns, the bounty hunter who captured him previously, are adrift in space. They're soon captured by a mercenary ship, Dark Athena, a sprawling fortified cruiser filled with soldiers, drones, and sinister experiments. The Dark Athena is a character in its own right. The labyrinth corridors, the dimly glowing control panels, and the oppressive silence all emphasize the feeling of being a prisoner once again. Riddick finds himself stranded on a ship whose motives are darker than anyone realizes. The ship is under the command of Captain Revis, a woman whose icy demeanor and hidden motives make her a perfect counterpart to Riddick. Michelle Forbes brings Revis to life with a sinister confidence. She isn't a cartoonish villain. She's a pragmatic, ambitious woman who sees Riddick as a tool, a specimen, or a threat. One of the highlights of the story in Dark Athena is how it explores the relationships that Riddick forms and ultimately destroys. The game features civilians, prisoners, and mercenary crew members, all trapped on the Dark Athena under Revis's control. Your choices influence their fates in both subtle and significant ways. Now, I really want you guys to revisit or play these games yourselves and get fully immersed in the game instead of spoiling the complete story, so that's all I'll say as far as the story goes. The team at Starbreeze collaborated again with Tygon, Vin Diesel's own game development company, to ensure the character stayed true to its cinematic origins. It's worth noting that Vin Diesel isn't just a face or a voice actor here. His hands-on approach to the game's development meant the team was able to reflect his understanding of the character. His knowledge of Riddick's backstory, motives, and physical prowess influenced everything from combat to level design.
Being a producer on the Chronicles of Riddick allows me to list the video game with story that complements the movie. And you actually, there's information in the video game that helps you understand the movie. If you want to really get deep into the kind of mythology of it all. That's the advantage of being the producer of Chronicles of Riddick and having Tygon, my company that creates these games, because I can use all of this pool of knowledge about the world and incorporate it into the video game and keep the video game consistent with the movie. But, the video game, when you have guys when you have developers like Starbreeze and when you've got Universal and Tygon all coming together to make this gaming experience, you're going to have something that is, a home run.
Originally, Dark Athena was meant to be a small expansion, a way to reuse assets from Butcher Bay while adding a bit more story. But as the team got into it, their ambitions grew, and it evolved into a full sequel with a new campaign, revamped graphics, and additional gameplay mechanics. Now let's talk gameplay. It's a perfect blend of first-person action and cinematic adventure. Players have a range of options when navigating. You can sneak through the shadows, quietly dispatching enemies, or you can grab a powerful piece of hardware and take them down head on. One of the most iconic aspects of the game is Riddick's ability to activate his outshined. This special ability lets him see in the dark, adding a literal night vision that transforms the way you approach a level. The melee combat feels raw and intimate. It's not perfect and it does take some getting used to, so keep that in mind. You'll need to time your attacks carefully, looking for openings in your enemy's movesets, or suffer the consequences if you miss. This gives melee a raw, intimate feeling. It's up close, messy, and a little more sophisticated than just clicking attack repeatedly. Some standout moments comes when you hold a dead drone's body to use their powerful gun against its comrades, a literal twist on the gameplay that highlights the game's creativity and willingness to let you solve problems in unconventional ways. Dark Athena excels in mood and style with its visuals. The development team utilized a proprietary engine, creating rich cinematic lighting and detailed textures that were ahead of their time. The use of shadow and light directly feeds into the gameplay. Players learn quickly to stay hidden in the dark and avoid well-illuminated areas. The level designers strategically placed light sources to guide your path and encourage exploration of alternative routes. The ship has a well-used, lived-in feel, featuring a maze of industrial corridors, service decks, and holding cells. When the story shifts to the surface of Aguera Prime, there is a striking contrast. A desolate, storm-tossed world that emphasizes the oppressive isolation of the Dark Athena. The character models are well detailed and convey a surprising amount of expression. From the texture work on their outfits to the way their movements reflect their roles, the facial animations were pretty advanced for their time, adding weight to dramatic cutscenes. I mean, just imagine this game getting a remake or a remaster with modern tech like motion capture. When it first released in 2009, Dark Athena received strong reviews, scoring in the 80s from many outlets, but it fell under the radar. It came at a tough time when the industry was experiencing a massive upheaval of huge titles like Uncharted 2, Batman Arkham Asylum, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. All competing for attention. Despite its strong gameplay, rich atmosphere, and cinematic production, Dark Athena simply got overshadowed. It's unfortunate because many players who discovered the game fell in love with its unique blend of mechanics, a perfect combination of first-person action and story-driven experience. This game paved the way for future titles that integrated cinematic narratives with interactive gameplay, influencing games like Metro, Dead Space, and The Last of Us. So should you play it today? If you appreciate games that prioritize atmosphere and story, blend action with exploration, and allow you to solve problems in your own way, then the answer is a resounding yes. It's a perfect snapshot of a time when cinematic games were growing up, when technology or money hadn't fully gotten in the way of creativity, and when a small team with a clear, ambitious vision could produce something truly remarkable. It's a game that allows you to become the character rather than just control him. It immerses you in a rich, oppressive world and lets you choose your own path through it. If you're one of the lucky ones, some of you will have these games physically or perhaps on GOG or Steam. But since it's delisting in 2013 on Steam and in 2017 on GOG, unfortunately I wasn't able to get a copy. But I was able to visit the Internet Archive and download the GOG version, which works completely fine on my end. So if you want to play this game, make sure to visit the Internet Archive. Ultimately, the Chronicles of Riddick Assault on Dark Athena is more than just a forgotten tie-in. It's a testament to what a game can be when it disregards the expectations placed upon it. It challenged the notion that a movie-related game had to be rushed or shallow. It took the rich character of Riddick and put him in the center of a cinematic experience, letting players step into his shoes and appreciate what makes him a cult icon. It's a game made with passion, backed by a team who believed in their protagonists and their world. It may not have gotten all of the recognition it deserved, but it left a legacy, a benchmark for future first-person narrative games. If you like this deep dive into a forgotten classic, please hit the like button, subscribe for more content like this, and let me know in the comments what's a game you think deserves a second chance. Thanks for watching, and take care everybody.